The echoes at London's Lords on June 14, 2025 will resonate for a lifetime. For years, South Africa commanded respect for their talent, but were ridiculed as international chokers. That stigma finally shattered when they chased down 282 to beat Australia by 5 wickets, securing their first World Test Championship title. This wasn't just a win on the scoreboard. It was redemption, emotional catharsis, and a statement. Today we unpack South Africa's dramatic journey, from foundational league dominance, battling injuries and strategy, to facing down sledging scandals, umpiring controversies, and executing a masterful final chase that silenced their critics. Dominance in the league, forging a finalist. From June 2023 to June 2025, the inaugural WTC cycle tested 9 nations through 27 test series and 70 grueling matches. South Africa's consistency stood out. They topped the standings with a 69.44% points percentage, recording 8 wins in 12 tests, plus a crucial draw. A resounding series win against Pakistan at home featured winning margins of 8 wickets and an innings, signal loud of intent. Followed by clean sweeps at Bangladesh and the West Indies and comprehensive wins in Sri Lanka and India, they showed adaptability across conditions. The lone blot was a narrow defeat in New Zealand, but it hardly dampened momentum. Australia shadowed them closely. 13 wins in 19 matches for a 67.54% success, including a drawn Ashes, dominant campaigns in Pakistan, dominance at home, and narrow wins in India and Sri Lanka. But their statistical edge suggested a final triumph until Lords rewrote expectations. Format debates. Why 12 tests versus 22 tests matters. The WTC format showcased Test cricket, but also provoked criticism. South Africa played 12 tests, Australia 19, and England a staggering 22. Kevin Peterson responded bluntly, comparing it to a championship where teams don't all play the same schedule. Critics argued points percentage disproportionately rewarded fewer matches and inflated results based on opponents and venues. Calls for ICC to standardize fixtures and balance home-away splits grew louder as fans demanded fairness. Lord's final. Atmosphere, conditions, and tensions. From June 11th to 14th, Predators gathered at Lord's. History, nerves, and stakes at their height. On day 1, Australia chose to bat on a damp pitch. Their pacers responded by dismissing South Africa for just 212, but Pat Cummins' breathtaking spell, 6 for 28, reclaimed the narrative, skittling South Africa for 138. Australia closed first innings at 207, setting a target of 282. Murmurs turned to dedication. The afternoon drizzle and ambient British weather mirrored the tension. Australia, chest out, believed they had the trophy in their palm. Sledging scandal when slurs become storyline. But stories and controversy emerged. During the final innings, South African sledging complaints surfaced, especially concerning the ignoble allegation, choke. Captain Temba Bavuma later revealed Australians taunted them with that phrase as they gained control. Lord's stump microphones captured the banter. IBCC confirmed the use violated ICC's spirit of the game, yet no punishment ensued. The public outcry was immediate. Reddit threads buzzed with rallying cries, labels of unsportsmanlike conduct, and petitions demanding action. Critics noted comparisons to past sledging controversies and whether Lords should remain sacrosanct or penalize verbal aggression, an issue now igniting policy conversations. Tense moments. Umpiring. Turning point. Drama intensified in the chase. A successive appeal against Bavuma on a 300-ball innings seemed destined to test VAR-like tech. The ball drew a debatable spike on ultra edge. It was reviewed by DRS and verdict came back not out. Audible groans filled the stands. TV commentators called it jaw-dropping, with phrases like an absolute joke. A single umpiring call or non-call can shift momentum. Bavuma stayed, recovered composure, and guided his team through the next sessions, crucial hours which built momentum towards triumph. Resilience in the chase, grit personified. South Africa embarked on their 282-run quest with poise. Bavuma, hamstrung yet undeterred, rose to the occasion with 66 gritty runs, an innings that future cricket books will frame as heroic. Markram, after a first innings duck and drought of 16 innings without a century, produced a masterclass, 136 runs occupying nearly 380 deliveries. Sharing a 143-run partnership, they slowly reversed the tide. Markram's innings was more than runs. It was pace control, leaving, positioning, touch, patience, and confidence. As he reached his century, the stadium hushed, aware that a legend was in the making. A fourth-innings Test 100 at Lord's ought to be carved in marble. At 2:16, with paceman Cummins agitated and eyebrows rising, the Australian aura cracked. Then Kyle Verreynne executed a sweeping drive, sealing the chase. The stands erupted. South Africa's war cry echoed over Lord's in glorious relief, 5 wickets in hand and devastating vindication. Legends born: Bavuma, Markram, Rabada. Markram's innings earned Player of the Match and now defines his legacy. Never scored more meaningful runs. Luck met preparedness, he said after. Bavuma emerged not just as captain, but as cultural symbol. South Africa's first black African Test-winning skipper. His emotional leadership inspired a nation. Joseph Sports noted his 7 Fifides in the cycle at a 59 average, a commanding record. Rabada, battling earlier career controversies including a 3-month ban for chronic dissent and cocaine-related issues, shut them down with 9 crucial wickets across both innings. He concluded the cycle as the top wicket taker with 56 scalps at 18.93. Credible pedigree, modern cricket masses worship. Australia shatters when swagger crumbles. Australia entered the match confident. They were swaggering. Then came Adam Voges lamenting, Piers Morgan mocking the lineup, but as the match progressed, their top order imploded. A combined 49 runs from Labuschagne, Khawaja, and Green. Their gamble of batting depth collapsed. Cummins admitted, "We thought we were too clever with our top 5. We weren't." Hard-hitting words for a champion team. Worse still, Steve Smith smashed a finger dislocation chasing a boundary, removing their glue, creating a vacuum of experience. Cummins admitted integrity fatigue, hinted at team reset and youth infusion, but public confidence slowed fast. Emotional release. The weight drops. When the final wicket fell, decades of pain broke. Bavuma, tears streaming, lifted the WTC mace in a jubilant roar. Coach Shukri Conrad said it was more than sport. It was collective trauma healed. For a team long painted as heartbreakers, the sinking of the ICC curse was profound. In Cape Town's Langa Township, dramatic street celebrations erupted. Candles, music, vuvuzelas, flags, mirroring the emotional rejuvenation of a young nation seeking sporting identity. Prize money, records, and milestones. South Africa collected $3.6 million in prize money, Australia $2.1 million. Their 8 Test wins tied a near-century-old record in domestic seasons. Rabada's wickets eclipsed Alan Donald's WTC legacy, while Markram's Lord's innings cemented his place among modern greats, a performance touted as one of cricket's finest. Fans will refer to it alongside Sobers at the Oval or Ponting's 242 at SCG. Format flaws resurface the next cycle. Despite the heroics, critics say hard, how can a champion be crowned from 12 matches while others played 22? They demand equity, equal fixtures, home-away parity, faster over rates. The ICC has signaled a review before the next cycle starts in 2027, but with the Ashes scheduled already and BCB negotiations underway, tension remains. Legacy and Australia's next moves. For South Africa, the moment's impact extends beyond the field. Leadership, transformation, resilience, these define a national brand they now carry deeper into the next cycle. Australia, meanwhile, face an existential choice: reset the lineup or risk free fall. Pat Cummins promised adaptation, but with the Ashes looming, will it matter? Some warn Australia could become an enigma, a team stuck between eras. South Africa's WTC 2025 story is more than cricket. It's national redemption, cultural outgrowth, sporting redefinition, and morality play. They toppled format criticism, overcame sledging offense, survived controversy, and etched legacy in ashes of at Lord's pristine turf. This is not just their finest hour. It's a rebirth to be remembered. If this deep dive into the world's biggest test stage resonated, like, subscribe, and drop your reactions. Can South Africa stay at the top? Can Australia rebuild? Let's spark the debate.